絵コンテを、配っております。それは実際の現物のコンテで、まあ、お話聞きながら、なんか隣に回してもらいながら見てもらえたらなと思います。
Okay, so what he just said really quick. He just handed out these sheets of paper. Basically, what he handed out was the storyboard for the actual creation and production of Tokyo Ghoul. So this is actually a very rare opportunity to see the actual minute details of how Tokyo Ghoul was being made. He was nice enough to get permission to actually bring that out. So please be careful with those. Treat them as if they were your own. Okay? Thank you. And once again, welcome.
Hello? Oh. Sorry, that's my fault. But welcome. Thank you all for joining us today. This is going to be our Tokyo Ghoul panel. We are going to have our director, Morita Shuhei-san, right here. If you guys could give him an applause. This is my second time being here. Thanks for having me. I'm so glad that I get to work with you guys again and be here to show you what I have. And to the right, I have Mr. Miwa Kazuhiro. My name is Miwa Kazuhiro. I am in charge of the character design for the anime production Tokyo Ghoul. Okay, so I'm sure all of us in here are Tokyo Ghoul fans. Yes, how excited are we for this right now? So our animators here have brought us really cool things to show us tonight, or today, not exactly tonight quite yet. But we'll be able to go through these. He'll be actually, explaining in detail the process of everything he makes, or about the characters. And Miya-san over on the right will actually be doing a live drawing. We are actually going to start off. I know our director would like to show you guys a few things.
ちょっと伝え忘れたんですけど、その今のお渡ししたストーリーボードコンテは、スタジオピエロさんから勝手に取ってきたものなので返してください。
Okay, so apparently I just lied again. So this is the thing that he just handed you is basically going to be the storyboard from Studio Piero, which he just kind of took on his own, so he's going to really need that back. Thank you.
一部でもなくなるとすぐ怒られちゃいます。
If there's even one page missing, he will get yelled at. So we need Tokyo Ghoul to continue.
では始めます。よろしくお願いします。
Okay, so we shall begin now.
今日はせっかく宮さんも来ていただいているので、東京グールのデザインとかそういった話ができればなと思います。
So today I'm very lucky to have Mr. Miwa on the side here, so that we can discuss about the design process of Tokyo Ghoul.
テレビアニメなんですけど、やっぱ原作があるとはいえ、すべてアニメ用に起こします。
So everything I'm going to be explaining is going to be pertaining to the production of anime.
で、アニメというのは、漫画というのはやっぱり描き始めた時から最後の方、僕らがちょうど始めたのが7巻ぐらいの時にお話しいただいたので、その間に漫画家さんの絵はどんどん変わっていってるんですね。なので、
So basically, I started around the 7th portion of Tokyo Ghoul before the actual manga portion actually came out.
で、その中で、僕がまず、僕と宮さんで何を作っていくかというと、やっぱ一番いい魅力的なキャラクターを引き出すのに、一番、もちろん大体多いのが最後の方の絵というか、先生がだんだん脂が乗ってきた時の絵。
So basically, the most important parts that we're actually going to relate to you guys is the portions where we, Miwa-san and I actually created the characters. Relatively towards the end is the main focus point.
これがですね、今から見せるものがですね、ちょっとアップにしてもらっていいかな。
So he's going to be showing you something up on the screen.
一番最初に宮さんが書いたラフになります。
So this is going to be the very first rough draft that Miwa-san actually drew.
アップにならない。
So this thing that is scrolling around on. I hear some fangirl already.
結構枚数は、結構ありますね。
So he actually has a lot of these.
皆さんこの時ってどういう感覚で書くんですか？
So he tried at the first time, or around that time, tried to copy or follow the manga style. So when you started going to the anime portion of production, you started drawing the lines and putting the colors in to follow to become more anime-like.
アニメの仕事っていうのは結構その記号化をしなきゃいけないというか線を整えなきゃいけないという仕事の一つ。
So when it comes to animation, it's actually really important to be pretty tedious and exact about the lines. They want to be as accurate as possible.
難しいのはですね、一番魅力的な線を残さなきゃいけない。
Honestly, the most difficult part about this is making the most beautiful line.
僕、宮さんの一番最初の映画のこの勢いのある絵を見たときに、面白くなりそうだなと確信した瞬間です。
So when I first saw the skill level and the product that Miwa-san actually drew, I was like, man, this is going to be fun.
でも一番最初ってやっぱり硬くなっちゃうんですよね。
Yeah, at first it's going to be a little bit awkward and nervous, but you know, what can you do?
こういったラフがおそらく40枚とか50枚とか書き出して、それが
roughly.
So once he met the author and talked about it more, he felt more calm, more confident in his own work.
Overall of these are about 40 to 50 words of slides.
でですね、そこから実際のこうデザインに最初に入るんですが、
So from here, this is where the actual design portion begins.
東京グールは一つだけちょっとチャレンジした部分で、衣装っていうのを衣装のデザイナーさんは別に立てました。
So there's going to be another portion of the design that was actually split a little bit differently.
もちろん採用されているもの、採用されてないものがあるんですけど、
There are things that are included and things that are not exactly used.
これはですね、衣装にすごい詳しい方が、衣装デザインとかに興味ある、デザイナーさんがいて、あれにお願いした衣装。
So a lot of these you're going to see included are basically the fashion design or the certain types of clothing designs.
結構原作を生かしつつ、デザイン的にかっこよく仕上げている。
While following kind of like an anime realism, they try to add a little bit of a real world kind of fashion sense to this idea while making the characters still look pretty darn cool.
歌さんとかもね、そうです。
This is Uta right here. How many of you guys know him?
いい声が。
You are allowed to fangirl in this room. It is loud.
これ採用されたのは右側。左側もかっこいいんですけどね。
This is showing the point of view from the right hand and left side. The left side is pretty cool.
なんか見たいものがある。で、実際の一期のキャラクターがです
find something for you guys real quick. Give me a second. Please wait. That was my phone. I just pulled my phone out and it just dropped, and he's like, "Yeah, you just dropped my phone." I was like, "Don't worry, it's my phone." Sorry, he's going to try to do this as quickly as possible.
あと、まあ、設定は、非常にこれ一部なんですけど、実際の設定の量は非常に多いです。
So there's actually a lot of different settings to be used, and this is only part of it.
皆さん何キャラぐらいできました？
There's over about 40 to 50 designs just for this one piece.
皆さん、もうこれは決定校のものです。まあ、決定校に行くまでにやっぱり、ラフ書いたり、いろいろあります。
It's like the rough before the final draft.
でこれをもとにですね、まあ、原画というアニメーターさんにそれぞれ、仕事を振ることになります。
It's basically going to be our key animation that is going to be shown.
で、次は、原画の方に行きますか。
So he's going to go ahead and show you guys the key animation.
創作官、皆さんの仕事の創作官っていう仕事っていうのはですね、わからないですよね。
Are you guys aware of the role that a chief animation director plays in the anime world, or production world? No?
ですね、アニメには各作官という人がいます。話数作官。
So basically there are these positions in the anime production line of jobs called Wasusakan, which is basically someone who's in charge of the conversation.
で、宮さんはさらにその最終的に、原画を見る方で、分かりやすく言うと全カットに、まあ、絵を入れていく1枚は入れていったりすることが多い。
So that person is basically in charge of combining everything, making sure that everything is one final piece, because everything is coming from a lot of different people.
ちょっと分かりにくいんですけど、
It's a little bit hard to understand, but
まあこういった形で1枚、各カットに1枚こういうふうに、まあちょっと分かりにくいですけどね、こういう1枚を入れたりとか。
So basically this is taking it frame by frame, and he's showing you every single step of the way. It might be a little bit difficult to see this way, but
いわゆる作家さんがちょっと修正した後にさらに書き足すというか書きな。
So basically the chief animation producer, or the director actually, what they call is, it's called a Shuhei, which is basically corrections. They hand in all of these pieces of art to them, and they basically make small corrections and make a little bit of the editing for the final product.
やはりまあ宮さんがやっぱり全てキャラクターデザインもですね、やられているので、やっぱり宮さんが書くことによって作品がしっかりこう東京ブルーになるという感じがしました。
So because Miwa-san was actually in charge of all the character design, he did a good job of representing what the final product of Tokyo Ghoul would be.
くなのでですね、今日は原版持ってきたので、これもこう奪ってきたみたいな。
So he also stole another thing from the studio without permission. Okay, so he stole something really important.
まず初めて作画さんがレイアウトを描くんですね。
So the animation director will actually start off by drawing out the layout.
こういったやつですね。カメラ。
So you guys might be able to see a little bit better up here. So this is actually very rare. This is a very rare treat. What he's showing us is basically the original pieces of what they used
消しゴムで消えます。
for the production of Tokyo Ghoul. So you're seeing what was used to make Tokyo Ghoul, and he said that it's dangerous because it can be erased really quickly with an eraser. These are quite
で、この絵に対してですね、作家さんが修正し、でこのマスは宮さんが作家だったので、1話すべて作家も兼ねている作家と創作家。
So this is the portion that Miwa-san was actually in charge of for as far as the character animation design went.
今の絵に対して宮さんがこういう修正を入れるんですけど、
So as far as what you're seeing right now, this is basically what Miwa-san did. He actually added those corrections throughout the entire process.
宮さんの線が細すぎて、
Miwa-san drew these lines really small. I can't even see them.
見ます。
見えないって。
見えない。
あと電気つけた。
電気つけた。ちょっとこれ。
Let me know if you guys can see it a little bit better like this. I feel like I'm aiding in a selfie. Oh yeah.
一枚。
So
これ
he's,
全部入れてます。
this is all of it. This is all the corrections that he makes.
もちろん作家さんもうまいですけど、宮さんが直しちゃう。
Of course, the animation director is really good too, but the corrections that Miwa-san made are actually very good as well.
で、その宮さんの絵があって、最終的に
I get my phone back out.
最終的にこういうゲームが
So he's actually going to be showing the key animation portions. Can you guys see that?
しますよね。ですね。
This portion is basically going to be kind of like the skeleton of the actual anime in forms of the actual production of it.
せっかくの機会なので、最後5分ぐらいそこに置くんです。見てください。
So he already took the risk of bringing it here for you guys, so he might as well show you firsthand. He's going to put it right here. Please be very careful. We need Tokyo Ghoul to continue.
これもなくなると怒られます。
Please, if he loses this, I'll get yelled at.
Who's Miwa-san drawing?
ドロイブどうなってるんですか？
Oh, he's so fast. you guys able to see it right now?
多分放送では真っ黒になってたと思うんですけど、耳からムカデが出るところです。
In the actual streaming of it, or the actual production of it, it probably turned out a little bit more black.
ムカデは書かれていました。
It's like, I think I just messed up the order of this.
The lighting any better?
電気で見えるか。見えなかった。これでね、影が映っちゃうね。
No, I guess it is a little bit difficult to see, huh? He's trying to put them back in order so nobody will notice.
Miwa-san,
It's like, Miwa-san, do you have anything you'd like to add? Nope.
皆さんに聞きたいことある人。
Is there any questions for Miwa-san? Yes.
So does the story come first or the character come first? Did they create the character and then somebody wrote the story around the character? How does it work?
どっちの方が先ですか？一応物語を作るとキャラクターデザインの方がどっちが先に？
でも入り口としてはですね。
But kind of difficult to answer that question just because they created the anime for this when the actual Tokyo Ghoul anime or the manga was already released, so.
Do you ever take a piece of the story and hold it off for something later on so that it makes better sense? Like when you're doing production value, like they grab something that should be early on, but they move it further back so it makes better sense.
Rearrange the order.
Rearrange, basically. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out based off, since the manga came first.
Yeah, that's like you see to rearrange parts of it for the show.
一応漫画は先出したんだけど、物語の順番がありますよね。アニメーションを作ってるとき、それは順番を
はいはいはい。
漫画と違う。
はい。
そうちょっと漫画と違う。
まず一番最初が東京グールがまだ、7巻ぐらいの時にもうスタート、現場はスタートしました。
So basically, when it was on the 7th edition or series of the Tokyo Ghoul, that's when we started creating the anime version of Tokyo Ghoul.
で、一番最初に石田さん、原作の石田水先生と、いろいろこうディスカッションをするんですが、東京グールはすごく、打ち合わせをいっぱいしました。
So whenever the original creator, Ishida-san, actually the original creator for Tokyo Ghoul, actually had the idea out. There was a lot of basically a lot of people that wanted to create it.
普段は、あまり原作者さんとそんなにやることはないんですけど、彼がすごく年齢的にも若いということと僕と、あまり変わらない。
So originally, when it comes to it, we actually don't have a lot of interaction with the original creator of the manga.
あと福岡にいらっしゃる先生だったの で、なかなか会える、福岡ってまあ距離的には日本だと離れてる方なんですけど、何キロぐらいかな。
So, just because of the original creator of Tokyo Ghoul, the manga version, he actually lived in Fukuoka, which is about 700 kilometers away from where they're actually based out of. So it kind of made it really difficult to actually meet up with him.
で、スカイプ打ちで週に1回打ち合わせをして、まあ構成が決まっていくみたいな。
So basically what they did was they set up meetings with him, like, at least once a week to actually kind of get the idea together.
で、その作業と三輪さんのデザインっていうのはほぼ同時並行でスタートしてます。
So basically this is something that they did together.
で、まあ実際作品と、原作とアニメの方では、多少構成が違ったりとか、ツークルメに関してはオリジナルを作っています。
So between the actual original manga and the anime, there were actually some differences that were created between them.
で、それはですね、まあ、先生と話してて、まあ、やっぱり漫画と映像では文法が違うっていうと分かりにくいかな。例えば漫画って週刊連載をやっていて、毎週週刊のそのラストにお客さんを引くというか、分かりますか、漫画最後読んだ時にワオと。
So basically what they do is for the mangas, they came out every week, and the way that they try to reel more people in to get the next one is they basically end every manga with a cliffhanger,
で、それに対してアニメの場合は20分間見て最後にワオと思えるように作り直さなきゃいけない。
So basically the way that they have to change that up is, an anime is generally within like a 20-minute period, excluding the opening and ending credits. They have to kind of readjust that 20 minutes to have that cliffhanger at the 20 minutes, at the end of the 20 minutes in order to kind of bring you back to the next episode.
まあそういったところは原作も生かしつつ、まあ面白く構成するというか作り直すのが僕らの仕事となります。
And that's kind of their main job, is to kind of accommodate that and kind of make changes from the original manga to the anime version while accommodating that 20-minute period.
特にグールに関しては1期はその方向性で進んでまして、このキャラクターですね、月山。
So due to that, they kind of headed in that direction. This is the character.
本来は後半の方に出てくるんですけど、結構前半の方に出てきたりします。
This is a character that comes out in the first half of the anime, still does show up on a little bit of the other half.
まあそれはですね、まあ、月山というキャラクターがすごい人気があったので、早く出したいっていう意見やそういったものを踏まえたものです。
This is actually a really good character. His name is Tsukiyama. I'm not sure if you guys are aware with him, but this is a character that was really good, and they wanted to actually bring him out earlier if possible. Sorry, I saw a hand up for a second. I think somebody had. Okay.
Is there a favorite scene or character
With a scene or
either one?
what was the second part? Sorry, scene or.
At the top, so when he gets his white hair, that was his favorite thing to do.
these days, probably.
はそんなに出番自体は少ないけど、やっぱり話としては重要なキャラクターなので、そこである程度印象に残るような。
So even though Lisa didn't have much airtime, but she was a crucial part of the story, so she needed to make a really good impact when she came out. Yes.
Why does Tokyo Ghoul have so many characters? I can't remember all of their names.
先生に僕らも困りました。僕らも困りました。
Yeah, I'm sorry, we don't know either. We made a lot. We're kind of in trouble because of that right now.
なんですけど、石田先生はすごいなと思ったのは、彼は自分の過去を作っていった、昔をすごく自分で覚えてる方で、必ずキャラクターが多いんですけど、一体一体の思い入れは強い方なんだなと思います。
So basically, the original creator Ishida-san actually made each one of these characters, and each one of these characters meant a lot to him, and he put his heart and soul into every single character that he actually made.
What's your favorite character based off of their backstory?
Well, 自分はですね、監督としてやっぱりやっているので、あまりどのキャラクターに思い入れっていうのは自分で意識してなくそうとしてます。要は全部のキャラクターになんていうんですかね、ちゃんと愛を注ぎたいなというか。
So, personally, I can't think of myself having like a favorite character because as a director, I'm directing the entire anime. I want to be able to give all the characters that are created with this anime all my love.
What was your favorite episode to direct?
好きというよりはですね、苦労したっていう意味では僕は自分にもあります。やっぱり苦労したというか、苦労した12話の12話。
So, it's the 12th episode with Kuro Shita.
Had a hard time. Had difficulty with.
Oh, had difficulty. Okay, so that's what he had difficulty with.
その分好きという12話好きですかね。
Because of how difficult it was, in a way, that's kind of why he likes it.
担当したのは自分なんですけど、
I mean, I'm the one actually in charge of it, so.
コンテを書いてる最中、やっぱ僕らの仕事というのは想像しながら、本当にのめり込むというか、その世界に入って作るので、自分が拷問されてる気分になるんですよね。
So, as my job as a director, I'm in charge of creating the storyboard, so I kind of find myself kind of sucked into their world and being a part of their world.
ちょうどコンテもここに入ってる。これもお配りしているコンテの一つに入っている。
This is going to be a storyboard that he's about to show you.
もちろんあと拷問する側、ヤモリの気持ちにもならなきゃいけないので、書いている最中に本当に精神がズタボロになっていく。
So honestly, I have to have a lot of feeling for this whenever I create this. So kind of by the end of it, I'm just kind of in tatters.
書き終わった時に白くなりました。
Whenever I was done, I was just pale. I just couldn't.
宮さんは
まあ1話やっぱり最初は難しいよね、どうしても。
For him, it was the first episode was the most difficult one to animate. Drawings.
どういう方向性でいくかみたいな。はい。
How do we direct to make it more impressive from his part?
Theme and direction.
repeat that one more time. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Has he ever directed over translations from like Japanese English? And have you ever felt that an integral part might have been missed?
Last part one more time. I'm so sorry.
An integral part might have been missed, or something wasn't translated
Okay.
into English.
一応監督としてアニメが翻訳するときに一応大事の翻訳するときトランスレートするときは森田さんはそういう知ってましたかね。いるんですか。
これが悲しいんですけど、まず知らない間にトランスレートされる。
So this is kind of the sad part. This all kind of gets translated without my knowledge.
まあもちろんその時間もないし、もちろん任せなきゃいけないもの
I mean, like, of course, I can't really avoid it just because, I don't have the time to do that or the skills to do that, so I have to leave it to somebody else.
昔作品作ってる時に言われたのが、まあその方は日本語もできて英語もできる方なんですけど、まあ見た感想で言うと日本語で見た印象と全然違かったよっていうのも聞いたことがあったので。
So basically, he worked with somebody who was very adept in speaking English and also Japanese, and he had to leave it in the hands of that person. One thing that made him really sad was that he did have various people coming to him and saying that the English version didn't make as much of an impact compared to the Japanese original version.
よく言われてるのは日本語って結構緩いっていうか、まあいろんな表現同じセリフでも全然違う意味を取れるようなのがいっぱいあったりする。
So that's the one thing about Japanese, just one sentence, with certain inflections, different ways of saying. The same sentence can, evoke a lot of different emotions.
でトランスレートされた時に硬くなってしまうっていうのはよく聞きます。
So he says that another thing that he hears is that after translation, those words tend to seem a little bit more stiff and a little bit more, what's the best way to say it? Just kind of loses the feelings, the emotions that were supposed to be behind those words. Let's go for yes.
So when directing anime, is it sort of similar to doing live action, or do you have to come at it from a completely different mindset or philosophy of directing?
ライブアクションの実写、自分はないですね。
So he actually doesn't have any experience with any live action, so he wouldn't be able to answer that.
学生の時にちょこっと撮ったり。
Only when he was in school, he got a little bit of experience.
There's quite a bit of blood and gore in Tokyo Ghoul. I'm wondering if this is the first time you've worked with that much blood and gore, or if you had experience with working with that type of work.
東京部はなかなか一部が違うわけですか。こういうことをするのは初めてですか。いっぱい血とか。
いや、そう意外と日本のアニメは多い。
Surprisingly, a lot of Japanese animes are quite gory, so we're pretty used to it. Go.
In terms of turning the manga into anime, how do you decide what's important to keep or change around with the combination between them?
一応オリジナルですけども、アニメにするときはどうやって一番大事なことをキープするとか、それは石田さんと原作ものから漫画からアニメに作るときどうやってどっちがキープするとか、どっちの部分を捨てるとか、どうやってキープしますか。
ですね、東京グールの2クール目はオリジナルなんですけど、
So concerning the original for the Tokyo Ghoul,
まあ実はなぜオリジナルにしたかっていう理由は結構いろいろあるんですけど、それはまあテレビ事情というか、先生が、まあ、いわゆる人気をキープしていくのに、まあ、せっかくだったら新しいことをしようよっていうところで、まあ、先生含めてオリジナルにしたいという話が出ました。
so there's a lot of factors that actually went into it, starting from the actual original creator of the manga. They kind of collaborated with him, but they had to think about ways or forms of, in which they want to keep the viewers, keep things exciting, without kind of doling it out and repeating the same things.
連続2クールであればおそらく原作通りだったんですけど、連続2クールだと原作通りだったんです。連続2クール。
So basically with the 2 seasons, they try to keep things, I guess, say not the same.
それがこう空くと期間を空いた2クールだったので、日本では。あと期間が3ヶ月あるんですよ。1クールなんで3ヶ月。
So basically there's going to be a month period in between each of those.
でそういうこともあって、どうせだったらこう面白いことをしようということで、オリジナルになりました。
So basically they wanted to kind of take the fun route with this and try to make things a little bit more creative and interesting.
ただ実際、オリジナルで作るのは非常に難しかったです。
But honestly, using the actual, trying to recreate the original was very, very difficult.
構成もおそらく10回ぐらいやったので、やり直しとか含めて先生と一緒に何回もやった。
So honestly, collaborating with the actual original creator, they had to remake certain things about 10 times over to finally get to the right product.
やはり問題点はやっぱり原作でも進行しているので、なかなかこう行き着かないというかね、答えが原作でも一つに向かっているのにもう一つ作るのっていうのはなかなか難しいなと。
Honestly, when we're already starting with the original product, heading in a certain direction, we're trying to recreate that and trying to head in another direction, which can make things a little bit difficult.
特に東京グールに関しては、これから原作も続いていきますし、今でもリとして続いているので、分かりやすく言うとアニメでできるのはその途中までしかできないっていうのはやはりこう難しいなと思ってます。
So I mean, even as we go right now, we try our best to kind of follow the original product of Tokyo Ghoul, and we do our best to strive to follow that actual line.
ただ僕らはなるべく皆さんが楽しんでいただけるように全力を尽くすのみなのかなと。
But ultimately, it comes down to the fact that we are going to do our best to try to make sure our viewers enjoy it as much as possible.
So are the voice actors for the anime?
声優さんはですね、候補がまず音響監督から来ます。だいたい1キャラにつき5人ぐらい。
So basically, they kind of hold auditions and they run about 5 people.
それを、石田さん、原作の石田さんと僕で決める。
So,
あとプロデューサーも。
So him as a director and also the original creator of Tokyo Ghoul actually chooses those people.
石田さんは多分そのキャラクターに合ってるかどうかっていうところを見るのと、あと僕は逆に映像の体験でこの人はちょっと合ってないかもしれないけども、すごく多分いいとかっていう意見も出しつつ、プロデューサーはやっぱ売れてる人を。
So they kind of use the people that are closest to the anime, the person who actually created the anime, and since he's actually the director for the anime version, he kind of uses this as a method to kind of match the bodies and the character itself to certain voices.
例えば、すんなりと主人公の金木くんは決まったんですけど、ヒデは、ちょっと石田さんからするともうちょっとこうはっちゃけてるなっていうのがあったんですね。
So mainly the characters that he actually chose, the voice actors for the main character, Kaneki.
ただ秀役のですね、豊永さんの演技を最初に僕が見たときにすごくリラックスしていて、すごくずっとこう10年間ぐらいずっと友達だったんだなっていうリラックスの仕方というか、そういう演技をされていたので、僕の方からこの方は一番最高だと思うっていうのを伝えたりとか、そしたら石田さんがそれを面白がってくれたりとか、そういう。
So basically the person behind the voice of Hide, he actually knew that person for 10 years, and when he originally met the person, I'm sorry, backtrack. So he's actually known this person for quite a long time, so it was a really relaxed form of meeting him.
How many staff members do you have working on
main staff set, and they also have some other people.
メインスタッフは10、20人ぐらい
So
ですが、
メイン
実際動画や色を塗る人やっていうのを入れていくともうとんでもない数になっています。
So as far as the main staff, there's about roughly 10 to 20 people. And then there are other people that are doing basically what they call the doga, which is going to be the in-between animations. They're the animations that kind of make everything connect and make everything really fluid, and people that actually color all of those actual animations in. So once you add all those people, there's a ridiculous amount of people.
今日ちょっとですね、プレゼントを持ってきたのですね、まず DVD です。宮さんのサイン付きで。
So I actually have some gifts for you guys today, starting with the DVD that Miwa-san will actually be signing.
あとですね、こういったキーホルダー。
He also brought a keychain. He also brought some keychains for you guys. Still going?
あとですね、マスク。
Also a mask.
選挙ありがとうございました。
Thank you guys so much for being here.